Welcome in, guys. This is episode 26, and if you have listened to the last few episodes or follow me on social media, then you will know that this is technically the last episode of the Its Thugwignasty Podcast. I figured 26 was a good number because my goal originally was to do the podcast for 6 months, and that is pretty much it on the nose. It was a challenge to myself because I rarely stick to anything for even a month, let alone half a year, especially one that takes so much time to manufacture, like a podcast. The last 6 months have been a fantastic learning experience, and I know I have grown during this practice. My writing skills have improved, my reading while speaking, my ability to express my thoughts, my ability to express my emotions, the ability to learn new things and hopefully motivate you to do the same. All the posts and art and recordings and uploads, it's a lot, but I know I am capable of more and providing better. Now, I want to continue doing a podcast. I just want to pivot a bit and perhaps come at it from a different angle. Obviously, I was coming at this podcast using my gamer persona or identity or whatever you want to call it, but the podcast evolved a bit from where I had initially planned it to go. And I don't think that the Its Thugwignasty descriptor is really relevant anymore. So please, take this more as the end of a season of a show that you enjoy, which comes back for season 2 with a new name, art, format, and hopefully purpose. And if for some reason the show doesn't get picked back up by the network, no, I'll still strive to provide motivation and value however I can via social media sources. Because who knows? Things change. And that is a topic of today's discussion. The weather, the world, business, our bodies, relationships, all change. Nothing stays the same forever. It just can't. Using nature as an example, nothing stays still. There's always something changing, whether we are aware of it or not. Freezing, thawing, blowing, flowing. Why would we as humans stay stagnant? Why would we stay still? People want to be comfortable all the time, which then leads most to just doing the same thing all the time. Even if they really want something, they won't do the work and they will remain in that, what's comfortable right now zone. We cannot keep ourselves from changing no matter how hard we try. Well, Ron, I could just sit inside all day, every day and not do anything. Ha! You'll still change. You'll become overweight and out of shape, amongst many other things most people don't strive to be. That's change to your body and your mind. Even if you don't invest in, say, the stock market, the stocks are still going to go up and down, regardless if you have money invested in it or not. Everything moves and flows, some more abruptly and jarring than most, but it doesn't stop. Life changes. We have babies, people pass away or leave our lives. Good things happen, bad things happen, all changing our lives in one way or another. I mean, think about the last 15 years. Just in the realm of electronics and computers. The changes and advancements we have made are insane. It's nuts. Cars, cell phones, appliances, computers, everything has changed from when our parents grew up. I am personally glad that I was raised at the cusp of the internet and electronics boom so I could grow up without all of these distractions. I had some, but not all of the ones that the kids have nowadays. So many things are trying to grab our attention all the time. The internet is an endless pool of things. So much so that you could just keep going and going and going and going and never find satisfaction. Video games are requiring more and more of our time to play. There's no pop it in and, beat the game in a couple hours anymore. It's the investment in these things now, it's crazy. Some people play these things to the point where they may as well call them their second job. Dang, I don't even know, I don't even think we had a computer at home until I was in high school, or just about that at least. All it had was like Encarta 98. Which was an encyclopedia. There's a change right there. The need for encyclopedias, gone. Still remember my flip phone though, with that digital green screen. Think it was a Motorola V60i? Man, we've come a long way. Of course, we can choose to roll with the changes and go with the flow, or we can resist change. What does resisting change do for us? Doesn't allow us to grow, and not growing keeps us pretty dang weak. We don't want to be weak. We never allow things that could be, even if they may become great. We just don't allow them in, if we were to resist. Resisting change is the most difficult and more, abrasive kind of position for sure. You don't need to change every time someone tells you to, or at least at every new idea. Your morals and beliefs will remain intact. But phones, business, health, we need to be okay with new things and adapt to them. Not all change is bad. Sometimes bad things happen, but life will continue to go on. We all know this, even if our emotions force us to think otherwise sometimes. So many people fear change. They never want to try anything different. We don't need to fear change, guys. Things may get difficult, but you need to be able to change and adapt. That's what makes a strong and successful person. Not screaming that the sky is falling every time something the least bit problematic arises. Like people that are still running newspaper ads. Even newspapers are becoming a thing of the past. But if they got into running ads on Facebook or marketing online earlier, then their business would likely be booming right now. But some 89-year-old dude named Herbert doesn't see the value in online marketing. So, leaving that money on the table, I guess. I mean, if you own a business and you are not willing to change and adapt, you may as well just get out now. How are you going to succeed? You gotta be changing all the time. Laws change, taxes change, guidelines, health codes, logistics with suppliers and distributors change. Change. We have to be open and prepare for these things. Put systems in place. We have to be open to these things. Stop writing everything off. We shouldn't just push things off the table because we don't know anything about it. I don't know anyone that still gets a daily newspaper. Shit used to come every morning. Only paper that shows up at my house is the weekly ad grocery stores, distribute locally. Just push that shit via GPS to people's phones already. They probably already have the app, I just don't have it. We have got to diversify our thinking and our lives. Think about it. What if women were involved from day one in these businesses that were founded years and years ago before it was socially acceptable? Imagine that. Not just hired to make coffee and schedule appointments and to look pretty behind a desk. Hired to collaborate with men and share ideas and viewpoints we just can't fathom. Working together to figure out what the best damn product or solution is. Seems like such an obvious and beneficial thing, yet to this day, many still have to fight, to be heard. It's sad shit. There's still some people out there that don't want women working. I think it's fantastic and that we need both sides. Women and men are insanely different. The way we perceive things, the way we love and show appreciation, the way we react and solve problems is different. I don't think it should be all men or all women. It should be men and women working together without biases. Groundbreaking things come from that stuff. There has been many great changes in women's rights and minorities' rights. It's ridiculous to know that there will always be someone out there who disagrees with these rights. Being diverse and accepting of others' cultures, skin colors, man or woman, young or old, these people have different ideas and different perspectives. There is a need to become more diverse and accepting if you want to succeed in the new world we live in. People change as does their perspectives over time. Good and bad things happen to them, causing them to change and adapt. People that don't believe people can change are crazy pants. I am nowhere near the person I was when I was 15 or 16 years old. Barely a trace of who I was. The what to not do or who to not be was when I was that age. I could have been so much more. I could have been so much better, but that's life. It took that to get me to who I am today, though, and for that I am grateful. Relationships change. Your BFF in second grade are probably not your best friends now. I mean, they could be, but there are so many factors. What if their family was to move away and whatnot? Plus, in second grade, you're probably, you've only known the kid for a year. I mean, how close is that relationship, really? But as we get older, maybe who we thought were friends no longer provide us value, or maybe we don't provide value for them. We can't be there for everyone. We have to surround ourselves with people who will push us when we are not being our best. Cutting ties with old friends that you used to play Foursquare with, it's okay, really. Hold on to that memory and remove the friendship if it doesn't provide value in your life. Or worse, if it's toxic and holding us back. Roll with the punches, guys. Be open to things and life will be so good. Our bodies change, we get older, saggier, slower, more wrinkly. We also grow, learn, improve. We can grow our minds and our bodies, no matter what our age is. Also, had a guy tell me that he's too old to start lifting weights. The dude's 45. Get out of here with that shit. If you have never touched a weight in your life and started lifting or exercising at 70 years old, your muscles will still grow. Unfortunately, if we wait that long, there will probably be irreversible damage. So don't wait. Don't wait. We eat crappy food, body changes. We don't move, body changes. We work out, body changes. That's nature. We change because we are built to change. You gotta lean into those uncomfortable situations. Even if you don't like it or agree, hear it out. View it from others' perspectives. It may change your damn life. Everything changes. Are you going to be that one that builds a raft and floats with the flow? Or are you going to be the one that busts out the paddles and try to, paddle back upstream anchored to the riverbed to avoid change at all cost? We all have control. If we wish to change, we can choose to change. The only thing you can't do is choose to not change. Not truly, anyways. So think deep. Think about something you probably need to change. Viewpoint, habit, perception. Be honest with yourself and don't make excuses. Allow yourself to recognize fault if there is one. You're human. It's okay. But if it needs to be changed, let's work on it, okay? So let's change it up and head on over to the LWR, shall we? Alright guys, so this is the end. Episode 26, the final episode of the Its Thugwignasty Podcast. I want to thank all of you guys for listening to all the previous episodes. Definitely go back and check them out for some little knowledge nuggets. I hope you find them valuable. But again, I really appreciate you guys for listening to all this stuff, and I know that we're going to move forward and do something new and exciting. A little bit of the same, a little bit different. Started coming up with some new ideas. Finally, just sitting here for 3 weeks, just writing stuff down, and nothing was coming to my mind on how I could form this podcast to be what I want it to be. And all that stuff. So still have no idea what it's going to be called, and I don't know where it's going to be located or when it's going to come out, but I will let you guys know on the It's Thugwignasty channel. So at It's Thugwignasty on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. I will let you know when the changes are going to take place. In fact, what I'll probably do is some kind of like transitionary podcast on this channel that'll direct you guys over to that channel. So everybody that's subscribed to the It's Thugwignasty Podcast, wherever you're listening from, will be able to get that notification. And, if you're not following all my other social media sources, then you'll get that notification, and I'll be able to tell you with my voice where we're now located and what we're doing. And if it's something that interests you, then head on over and check it out. But I know I said that I would probably just carry it on, on this channel, but I decided to just go ahead and start fresh, and move it over to a new platform, maybe a new streaming service, but I'm still working all those details out. So again, I'll let you guys know as soon as I know, maybe toss some teaser stuff out there, get everybody excited about the podcast, and we'll go from there. I'm excited for the future of my podcasting skills. Really hope you guys end up coming over and checking out the new podcast once it is up and running. It's been great. I've learned a lot, and I'm ready to do something new and provide more value in a better way, more focused, more solidified way, instead of just talking about a lot of random stuff that doesn't kind of, circle around one main topic or one main idea. So, anyways, until that next podcast is out, guys, I will catch you later. Stay positive, stay awesome, keep crushing it.